Joey here of dudesintheroom.com. I have another classic game review for you guys. This one is on the PlayStation 1, but I'm going to be playing it on my PlayStation Vita. And this is the sequel to Parasite Eve 2, which came out around the year 2000. So let's go ahead and check it out. So of course, as usual, I have my big old mug of coffee. I have my robe, Teddy of Dudes in a Room fame as well. And let's see, let's check it out here. So I'm in, kind of on one of the first levels. This particular Parasite Eve is a little different. I've played the first one, and where the first one is, your classic square soft RPG, turn-based strategy. Turn-based RPG, classic Japanese style game. Well, this basically takes the same character from that first game and puts her into a more of a shooter, but it's kind of a different concept that they were going for. It was a shooter where it was in the same vein of the first maybe 3 Resident Evil games, and you would you have your guns here and stuff, and it's your basic shooter, but except you have your tank controls. It's not turn-based anymore. See, I'm kind of running around away from this guy. Oh, I'm about to die. If I die, I die. But like clockwork, I always get my ass handed to me in these videos. Oh, I got him right at the last second. Anyhow, so it's the same basic story. All these people are transforming into these mitochondrian monsters, and now, of course, you have your results. Once you defeat every enemy on screen, it'll go back. But yeah, so it's kind of a mix of the Resident Evil tank shooter with a little bit of RPG, kind of upgrading system, weapon system, stuff like that. So yeah, it's a really cool concept that I think a lot of people were turned off by this particular game. A lot of people hated these what they call quote unquote tank controls because they're backwards and your character's a little more sluggish, I should say, to move around. But I've always enjoyed it. In fact, I think Resident Evil 2 is probably one of the best Resident Evil games. And this, obviously you can tell the look, the backgrounds, the character, everything is, basically in that same vein. And so, that's kind of why I really dig this game. And I don't know, it's really cool that the graphics still, even today, 15 years later, kind of hold up. So, it's definitely worth playing. I picked this game up off of the PlayStation Network actually this week. Or I should say, well, it's going to be ending pretty soon for about $3. But it's normally about $6 unless you don't catch it while it's on sale. But luckily, Square tends to do a lot of sales on the PlayStation Network. If not, I can't imagine the disc is that much. Like I said, this wasn't as popular as the first Parasite Eve game. But I'd say if you're definitely a fan of any sort of Resident Evil or anything of the genre, if you've even played the first Parasite Eve game, I'd say check it out. It's a little different, but it was a really cool story, and it was really different from any other game. So yeah, go ahead and pick it up. This is definitely a forgotten or hidden gem on the PlayStation 1. So for Teddy, check us out on the next video.